Hey everyone, it's Arnold here with Joe, your friendly
Hey guys.
CampX electrical plumbing technician here at Overland Explorer. We're going to go over in this video is winterization of a CampX. And I got to apologize in advance. My camera seems to be a little bit glitchy, so hopefully it bears with us for this video. It is getting really glitchy. So all we're going to do with this is we talked about in a previous turnover video or orientation of a CampX. We've got this brass valve here and it's got a brass cap that's just hand tight. So what we're going to do is we've got to line up the suction of the pump to a reservoir of glycol. There it is. And then you also have your
Half-inch hose.
Half-inch hose. Yeah, there we go. So there's also one other thing you need to do. Go ahead. I'll let Joe take over the video, and I'll just sit back and film.
So what we're going to do here for winterization, like Arnold said, is we're going to put this valve into this position. That's going to isolate you from putting any antifreeze into your tank, right? So you're only going to the pump now. Just take your brass fitting off.
Again, hand tight, not wrench tight.
Right. Before we do anything else with that, I'll show you. We talked about this a little bit in the last video, but I'll show you guys again. This valve, of course, to bypass the hot water heater because we don't want any antifreeze in there.
Nope.
We're going to be in the horizontal position.
Perfect.
A lot of people, they'll put a little Sharpie mark on this or whatever it takes to remember that. So that valve is turned. You're good to winterize.
That's actually a good idea. Maybe we should put a B there for bypass.
Yeah,
right?
Sticker or something, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take you guys back over here.
Okay.
That's all we got to do in that cabinet. So super easy. These campers come provided with one of these fittings and the hose.
That comes with your camper, yeah.
So fire that on there. Hand tight. Doesn't have to be crazy. Put your hose on there.
Yeah.
You got your antifreeze. Now I would say it would take about, this is a 3.78 liter jug, about a liter and a half to winterize this fully. Put that in there. So,
Okay.
and all we're gonna do now is, so this camper's already been drained of water. So we showed you guys the ball valve down there by your tank. That's been drained.
Orange handled valve. You can't miss it. It's going to be lined up going to the floor. The blue line, PEX line going through the floor. Can't miss it. Orange handled valve.
Right. So that's open. We've drained our tank. We have our antifreeze ready, our hose in.
Yep.
This valve is turned. So now we're going to turn our pump on.
Pump on. Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go over here to our sink. Turn that on, you're going to see your antifreeze coming out right now.
Yep.
So water's running clear. That's whatever was in your line. As soon as you start seeing that run pink, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Turn it to the hot position. Do the same thing. Now the only reason that's loud right now is because we've actually drained these lines. We've drained these lines already, and now there's nothing in them. So with the initial startup of water, you're going to get a little bit of rattling. After that, it just quiets right down.
Okay. So we don't have much left in this jug here. I'm hoping that we have enough to do the winterization.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll do the outside shower here.
Okay. So
That should be okay if we leave that like that. You already have antifreeze in your lines. You only got to go another about 6 inches to get your outside shower. So I'll show you guys how to do that.
So,
Well, here's the outside shower. It's already hooked up.
mm-hmm.
Take that guy. I start it in the hot position. Hard to see in an orange bucket, but it's pink coming out of there. Slowly turn it to the cold, and that's coming out pink as well. So it looks like we had just enough.
Nice.
And that's all there is to that. Now, if you want to isolate this, the both vent shower, there is a valve underneath the sink.
Yes, there are two valves underneath the sink going to your both fin shower, and we're just going to point that out to you right now. I'm going to turn this pump off. Turn the pump off just because it's trying to pressure up and there's just no liquid left. We sucked her dry. So underneath here, I'm going to see if I can't get this for you folks. Yeah, there they are. They're right. I'm going to just point to them here. These two valves right here. So if you decide you've winterized your camper and you're going to take it out in some cooler temperatures, i.e. freezing, and you still want to have some water in your camper, so what you can do is you can introduce water back into your tank, but before you introduce water back to your pump, what you're going to end up doing is isolating those two valves for your outside shower so you don't freeze and damage it. That's why we provided them there for you. And once you've got those isolated, you leave your hot water in the bypass mode, right?
That's right.
Keep that in the bypass mode because you do not want to have introduce water back into your hot water heater. And then you come back over here.
So after you've done that, there's a chance you're going to have a little bit of coolant left in your line. So all I do for that, you probably can't see it here, but there's a little bit in there. I'll turn the pump on, run my sink just a little bit, and that'll suck what's left out of there. So super easy. Take your fitting off. Leave it, of course, in the
bypass mode.
That's right. So this is about a 3-minute process getting this thing winterized. Brass cap, put her back on.
Yeah.
And you're good to go.
Super simple. And again, wrench tight. Or pardon me, hand tight, not wrench tight.
There you go. Yeah. So one more thing I'll show you guys about the winterization process. We'll take it out here one last time.
So don't forget, if you end up using this in inclement weather, you want to introduce water into your tank so you can still have some access to some water inside. Again, leave your hot water in bypass mode. This bypass switch here, or valve here rather, to your pump, you're going to have to line that back up to your tank. And don't forget to drain or close the drain valve, that orange handled valve down at the bottom. Do not forget to close that. Well, you'll only do it once, even if you do. But anyways, that's about it. Anything else you want to add?
I'm going to show you guys just how to drain the hot water tank.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you're storing this thing for winter, or you're done with your camping trip. First thing you're going to do, make sure your pump is off when you do this. This is going to be a little pressure relief valve.
Yeah. Now, if you just use your hot water, that's going to be under pressure. So just be cognizant of that. Just carefully open it up because it is going to be under pressure.
And I suggest too, once you've turned your pump off, turn your faucet on, and that'll release that pressure.
Yeah.
So reduce what you get blown out here. So this is going to be your tank drain right here. Really easy to use. Just a little clip. Now that's going to drop down like that. There's a little bit of water in there just because we're doing the video. You're going to remove this. This is just simply a filter for your hot water tank. So when you get your camper, this is going to come in your package. It won't be installed because it'll be winterized, right? Drain that out. It'll take 5 seconds. And you're going to leave this out for the winter. Put it back in when you're ready to go. Close it up, close your valve, turn your switch off, and you're winterized.
Done, just like that.
Yeah.
So what I also tell people too is make sure if you're parked on level ground, maybe just put a 2x6 or something like that under your passenger side tire, just to get the camper a little bit tilted over to the driver's side to make sure you're getting everything out of that reservoir.
For sure.
Right?
Yep.
Drain it all.
For sure.
That's it, eh? I think that's about all.
That's about it, I think, Arnold.
Yep. Thanks very much, Joe.
No problem at all.
Appreciate it. Anybody got any questions? Again, reach out to your dealers. They're a great resource. Or get a hold of us here at the factory. We'll also help you walk through some stuff for troubleshooting. Again, Truma also is a good resource. Now, it should be noted that Truma has redone their manuals for the Vario heater and for the AquaGo, which is very welcome because the translation from German to English the first time around, there's quite a few things that were just a little gray. There's some gray areas, so let's just say that. So now they got that all rectified. Definitely refer to those manuals. Check YouTube. There's all sorts of videos on YouTube. But yeah, again, got any questions, get a hold of your dealers and go from there. Thanks again, guys. Take care.